I look like a fucking retard. Holy shit.
Sup guys, back with another banger and I'm back at it, and this is most likely, I say it every time, a very eye-opening video. I wouldn't say my best, I use the term too often. I actually need a fucking lighting studio because this shit is, damn bro, I'm fucking jacked. Yeah, this is a very eye-opening video, which a lot of people, even though it comes very natural, I would say a lot of people don't realize. And we are going to talk about something very important and are actually going to analyze one of my diamond games I have on a Smurf account, where we will go in depth about what I'm going to talk about. Alrighty guys, so we are going to talk about this concept, okay? Again guys, everything I teach you, this is how I taught myself the game. And now that I know how true it is, it's very easy for me to teach. Only 1 second in the game matters, maybe 10 seconds. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, I have to take a snooze. Everything you do as a jungler is a lead up to a game winning play. Can this be applied to laners? Yes, but we are jungler chats, right? So, I mean by that, if you're not making a game winning explosion, you're either inting and losing the game, you're either full clearing mode and autopilot and you think that's how you win a game, and you're not really thinking about the game, you just think it's full clear and you just don't like to use your brain, or you are leading up to a game-winning explosion. Why do I use this term? Every Chinese streamer, maybe it's a mistranslation, but they talk about booming the game. They talk about making the game state explode. Because you have to know, League of Legends is not World of Warcraft, right? What do I mean by that? In World of Warcraft, if you play for 10 years, you're going to stomp a level 1 player just because you got a better loadout. At least I think that's how it is in the game. In League, if it's a challenger against a bronze at level 1, they both have the option to win the game. Who is going to win? Obviously the challenger. But if there was actually a Smurf challenger on the bronze account, well, now he's also winning even though he's bronze, right? League is like chess. You all start with the same options and cards you have been dealt with. I get it, it's still a team game, but just looking at it from this perspective, that's what League essentially is. So, what is so important? Well, only 1 second in the game matters, but then you're like, wait, League games take like 30 minutes, like there's more than that. Yes. You have to think, if this is a chessboard in League and the game starts, every move you do, right, is so important on how the game develops. And I will specifically talk about dying in League as well. I will talk about more stuff maybe on my second channel. Check it out in the description. I upload a lot of stuff on my second channel, League and life related stuff. If you only like League, I will have it in the description or in the headline of the video so you know what's up. So basically, either you end and you lose, either you full and you don't think, or you're leading up to a game-winning explosion. And yes, the fourth thing that you are doing in games, if you're not doing anything of that, is basically accumulating small wins, which are not winning the game, but it's a lead up, right? You get a lead, it's a lead up to a game-winning explosion, right? In terms of gold and XP, so you stomp the game. So anything you do which is good can only be a lead up to a game-winning explosion. So it comes in booms, and I specifically got a clip. I will show it to you right now. You should have seen the clip now. That's your mentality. It's boom, boom, boom. Your fucking dead brother dies. 5 booms for you. That's a meme, guys. I'm not fucking joking. When analyzing games, you want to look for booms. Obviously, if you got the money, get me as a coach, then I can tell you that and identify where you're booming the game, either for your detrimental success, which is not a success, or actually for your actual climbing success. I want to specifically talk about good or bad deaths. I would have to kind of add something on top of that. We will look at a game which I played in Diamond. We are going to look at small accumulating leads and the thought process behind it, but also at one point in the game where I had a really bad death, why it was bad and what is actually a good death in the early game, or not a game losing death with a thought process behind it. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I will have it in a timeline in the video if you want to skip to the review. CNQD both, Sip both. How did this guy stomp EU West? I think last year he visited EU. He was kind of a flop in LEC. He for sure showed us though that he's the best solo queue player EU West has seen in a long time. Got rank 1 with a 6, almost 70% win rate playing carry junglers, so that's the style we like. There's a lot of other insane Chinese players. I will actually release a video on some resources you can find on YouTube which are really reliable and good if you want to improve, especially from the West Eastern players. Also some Western coaches I mentioned there. But yeah, this guy, if you looked at this gameplay, there's not a lot of gameplay from him from solo queue, there's some. You see he's playing like a psycho. Why is he a psycho? Well, at times he actually has deaths in his game, but sometimes this guy dies in some games and still drops 30 kill bombs and stomps, right? And because he only really dies if his entire team is inting and the game is lost anyways, but even then sometimes, and in better positions in the game when it comes to his team, he dies and it looks like reading, but he, first of all, mechanically and macro wise, he is very on point. And even if he dies because he just goes limit testing hardcore, he most of the time pulls it off and doesn't die. And if he dies, he does not lose anything. So actually has a net positive on 99% of the things he does, right? So if Bo was playing in fucking Diamond, this guy's stomping hardcore if he tries. So since I want to focus on that, and we will see in the review later, deaths are not just deaths, right? I wrote it down here. Either you win more than you lose, right? You have a skirmish, you get more positive, maybe a shutdown, maybe a bounty. Then you still have to ask the question, let's say even if you get a bounty but the enemy set now carries the game because he killed all of your team, that's a negative, that's a net negative, right? So you have to really think about, you know, who's getting gold and whatnot. Second thing is you go net positive, you get more than you lose. Third thing, you get net negative. Yeah, that's the same thing as the first, I think. The second and the first one is the same. Fourth thing, you lose. Not that bad, but you go net negative. That's actually the same thing. What the fuck did I write here? Or the fifth thing, you boom the game either for your team or for the enemy team, right? That play was a stomp and now you win the game or the enemies. Again, guys, games are always kind of winnable, but just with the assumption that everyone plays perfect after boom, the game is not winnable after that. That's not very realistic, but essentially that's what it is. So everything is a lead up to a greater purpose, right? Seems very edgy what I wrote down here. Example, Yon dies but gets me a kill. That's a thing for the review, we will talk about that. Top gets ganked but I get second rotation raptors. I guess we will talk about it more in depth in the review, but everything basically is a lead up to something. Best case to a greater positive purpose. So those examples are important, we will talk about them, but I will specifically go about my dev and actually just my thought process and really focus on this concept, booms, right? Small accumulating wins, which wins us the game, capitalizing on the enemy's mistakes and the information I get on the map. And yeah, just playing a good jungle game, right? So that's basically it. Now we will go into the replay, alright? I'm playing Graves in this game. I'm the Green Wolf. This is a diamond, low diamond game. So let's just start with it. Let's just go with the info I gain. Well, in this game, very good. We are Graves. We have so much damage. We invade them, right? First info, straight up. Cheesing. Cheesing is not something you should be ashamed of. Maybe you should, but it's a good game to play. It's a good game. It's a good way to play the game, basically. Why do we cheese here? We got Ash, Karma, we got Ignite, we got Graves, we deal a lot of damage, I get it, they have Fresh. But we basically stomp them here, we go for a quick cheese. As you can see, enemies are literally doing the same shit. And since we know that they are here, because this guy shows, and they don't know we are here, we are capitalizing on that. If it was the other way around, that sucks. We get an insta-kill on the Lilia. So, how do we capitalize on that? Lilia is dead for another 5 seconds, it's 118 in-game timer, buff spawns at 130. Well, my first thought process is, first of all, how are my lanes looking? I have Warwick top against Pantheon with Ignite, certainly a lane you can play for, even though I don't have the setup. So certainly a lane play for, right? Mid lane, Echo TP Halo of Blades against fucking Cassante. Kind of sucks. Not a good lane to play for. If there's a killer, go for it. Bot lane, Ashe Karma. Ashe Karma. Karma with Ignite. We even still have the Ignite, I think. Against fucking Xayah, fresh. Jungle matchup, Graves, Lilia. If I do not get one lane, preferably bot lane for sure, ahead as fuck, if I can, ahead as fuck, I should lose this game. You want to either play for a lane where you can get kills and stomp and it's actually a win con and not the fucking tank you're playing for, and deny the enemy's win con. I can tell you guys, if I get bot lane ahead, which is very likely since they have bunch of damage and the enemy bot will actually still play aggressive despite that because they do have the engage, I should lose this game. So what is my instantaneous thought process? I want to play for bot side. I'm starting on my rep off though. So how can I ensure that while us having cheesed them, that I can still play for bot side? Well, information, pattern recognition. That's what jungling is. Lilia is dead. She's gonna spawn at 124 in-game timer. She's gonna be very delayed to her buff or her raptors or wolves, you know. So why don't I go red and instantaneously move into her jungler? Well, you might ask, but can she not go here to my blue buff? First of all, she will only have that option available once she actually sees me. So in case they have a ward, which they actually do. So that can be an option. Still though, I have established that even if she plays top side, Warwick or those champs are the king of the weak side. Even if I had a win con top as well, I would not give a shit because my bot lane is so much stronger and not only stronger, if I get them ahead, the enemy bot gets behind. That's the point, right? I think this is a net positive even if it gets a split. Even if the map gets split, right? So I'm totally fine with her doing this. Since most likely she does not, maybe, right? It's low diamond, even if it was challenger, if he does not do that, okay, my plan here is play for bot side, play for the jungle, split the map, and potentially even punish her if she does not want to split. Well, let's go red buff, instantly into her blue side. Why? If she goes out of base to her blue side, even if she does wolves, I can certainly with my bot prio, this is very important, pattern recognition, this is a perfect lane to have prio. The enemy bot lane never is gonna get prio, even in low elo, it's not possible. Let's just abuse my prio and kind of leverage that into a game winning play here in the small lead. Either diving bot lane, either killing Lilia in her jungle, or not doing anything, getting the map split, and then at some point I will just dive bot lane, right? Because this is such a strong lane here. So let's look at what I'm doing here. You guys can see the game has not really even started and there is so much thought into going into this. Not saying it's difficult, but you just have to know about this. I don't see a lot of coaches talking about this. Or, you know, kind of. Tarzan did it sometimes. So that's what I'm doing here. Even if I knew that this was watered, I would still do this because, well, I don't mind if they see me. Obviously, it would be better if they don't. So it makes the game tougher for them. But yeah. Going red, even if my bot lane does not fight here, I would instantaneously go here because if she started on blue buff, I would just kill her. Most likely at her crump at least, because look, bot, prio, right? It's not a killable lane, we don't have the setup, but I can leverage that into a game-winning play. I'm still in proximity to kill them here if they go in. But yeah, as you can see, I'm going for this. Lilia actually made a play to go here, which I think is good. She doesn't really have an option since she was kind of delayed. So yeah, fine. What do I do here? I recognize, I actually ping. Use your pings. Lilia's top side, because actually, even though I am okay with Lilia playing top side and winning this lane, why don't I just prevent that from happening if he's even winning by pinging, right? Tell your teammates what's up. What happens after that, I cannot control, but I have the control to at least let him know what he should not do, right? Fighting when Lilia is here. He respects it. Very good play, Warwick. Here, instantly going into wolves. Why? I want to stay bot side. If I go into crump and then wolves, I'm giving Lilia an option to actually be here in time on wolves and smite them away. I don't want that, obviously. And I'm just locked into this side of the map, right? I just want to stay here. I don't care if she gets this. I really don't. Look at bot lane. This is the lane we are playing for here. Obviously, if there's something happening mid lane in my proximity, I can influence that. But this is the game plan right here. Very important to use your brain as a jungler. And as you can see, I'm just in proximity. If my bot lane is dying here and I cannot do anything, that's whatever. But this is like, it's like poker. You're playing with the cards you've been dealt with. You try actually kind of different to poker to get the best cards you can, you know, with your brain, using your brain. If I started on blue buff here, why would I give Lily a free game, right? Invading here, really good, why? Think about it. We were way stronger, let's use that. And this is a small lead. And all of the stuff I've done so far has essentially accumulated to a game-winning boom or play, which will happen pretty soon. As you can see, this is Diamond. She's too stubborn, she didn't think about it, maybe she didn't know, right? Even if she went here, the game is still winning. Now she goes here, now the game is over. Again, this is why challenges stomp fucking Diamond master players, low master players. Higher master is kind of, it's a weird elo. Yeah, essentially this is how it goes. As you can see, I know she's here. I abuse the fact that the enemy fresh completely insert. Even fucking GM players do this shit. And yeah, as you can see, mechanics, very important. We talked about Bo, the dude who stormed fucking EU West only in a couple of weeks. Well, mechanics, what can I do here? Let's just fight. You know, this is pure game sense. Can I fight this? Yeah, Lilia is too weak. I'm just extending the lead here. As you can see, very well played. Punish the Lilia. I can tell you, why is she doing that? Well, she's tilted. She knows the game is over, even though she doesn't have the brain for it. She basically knows, well, my entire bot side is here. I could have gotten his top side. Let's just int. Even if she does not int here, I killed the fresh. The ADC cannot play the game anymore. GG, go next. So, why do I not go to grab? Why don't I go to my camps? First of all, I have a bunch of gold. If we check it, actually, fuck me, I stepped out. If we check my gold here, I have 1.3k. If I stay on the map here, well, now I'm giving Lilia actually an opening to do something topside if I stay bot lane. Fresh is coming out of base, so this is a risky dive. Maybe I can 1-for-1 with Flash, then I would do it because death timers are low. Since that's not the case here and it's very risky. Oh, the Fresh, yeah, it's coming out of base. It's too risky, let's not do that. Base, go topside, match her. Why she did Raptors leashless? I actually did not know that, I think, with that ward. It was kind of late. But you can actually kind of, it depends. If you play an Iron, most likely she starts on a buff. Above, like I would say Platinum, you can expect people who can do Raptor start, that they will do it. Since I have the ward, it will confirm it though. So what do I want to do? Base, go straight top or bot if really needed, but my bot lane wants to shove this in base, so most likely top, match your top side. Then what happens, I don't know. I just want to take outside inroad, take to grab, work my way back bot side, invade her on the ground possibly. I can only tell you what I could possibly do. There are millions of options, most likely. Maybe there's a top lane fight while I'm on a crab, then you know, do your best what you can mechanically. Maybe her raptors are actually at 4 minutes respawning since she started there. Jungle time was very important, so after the crab I will contest her here. Again though, if my Echo recards and Cassandra is here, then I don't do it, right? Then I do anything else. Maybe if I do crab and blue, then there's something top. Then you have to think, can you be there in time? Does it even make sense for you to be there? Can you maybe trade that and Lila Gangsters, and instead of doing your entire top side, you transition to Raptors, Crab and bot side and play for the dive, play for camps, utilize your mid prior. If you don't have mid prior, you just compromise and go back to your camps. You see guys, I could keep on talking and talking. That's a thing for a different video. I don't want to make this too in-depth. This is the thought process. So, with the information I've been given right now, don't know yet if the Raptors are going to respawn. My Echo wants to base anyways. He does have TP though, so maybe out of base I could do this if I know that, right? Actually, we still don't know where Lily is. We can kind of assume that she will go topside, since she should know that this is going to spawn. As you can see, she does that. I mean, if she goes bot side here and invades me, that's not in play for her. I could be here. That's why she shouldn't do it. Even if she does, that's whatever, guys. Like, if a player is that bad and does something like that, which might result in a good play for her, which we couldn't have predicted, I can tell you down the line, she will make a play that is coin flip and she will get punished for it. Right? So just play optimally. I see Lilia here. Very important. I know she counts, I had vision, she doesn't. Well, now what do? She's tilted, she wants to get something. There are no camps on the map for her. Now I just kill her, she doesn't have flash, and yeah. You can see she just accepts that she's dead, even if she runs like she's dead. So yeah, what do I do here? Kind of a mistake here by me. I should know that her raptors are respawning, and actually her raptors are kind of delayed. They should have respawned by now, but again, remember, she died in the early game. I didn't consider that. That's why they respawn at 420. I thought she did wrap off into Crux, so her Crux should spawn right now. Actually a little bit later, because again, she was delayed, so this would actually not spawn even if she did that. I recognize, oh shit, fuck, she actually did raptors. Makes sense, like, you know. On Lilia, you want to do that in most of the games. You can see Lilia perma-pinging her mid. Well, what can Cassante do, right? But this is very important, guys. Very important. This is now a death for me. Why? I'm greeting pretty hard. I showed on this wave. I wasted time. Her raptors are delayed. I should just say, it is what it is. The game state is fine. We are literally almost 3k gold ahead. Actually, yeah, 3k gold. I don't know where Fresh is. If Fresh is bot, is really good. Since he's not, I'm actually dying for this, which is bad, guys. But is it game booming, game losing? At this point I recognize, oh shit, I fucked up, let's just take this. And I die. Again, you can outplay this maybe. I do my best, but yeah, they even ignite me here. Kind of not unlucky, my bad. So, is this game losing though? It could potentially be game losing if my support wasn't here and now she takes my top side and impacts top lane. If that was the case, that was a game not booming but losing play for me, okay? But I didn't consider that fact that she started Raptors. That is on me. I don't know how I fucked up. I was maybe kind of occupied with something else. Yeah, my team kind of bails me out. Karma is mid, so Lilia cannot really do this here. Would be very in for her. That's what it is, guys. If I lose the game here, I could potentially lose a very big lead here, guys. I could lose a very big lead. This is a very bad death by me. But actually the results based analysis, well, she only got the crap right, so not too bad. But that could have potentially been a bad death. And I've seen Bo do some plays. There's like some review on YouTube by some coach who analyzed this game. He like entered for a grab on Kindred, which didn't have a mark. So I've seen him int as well. We all make mistakes, right? But just understand, there will be another death later in the game where we were ahead, and it could have been really bad for us, right? Which I shouldn't have done. So this could have been potentially game booming. What was game booming for us, like positively? The stuff we did in the early game, right? Accumulating a lead by cheesing them, then going straight bots and killing them. Like, you see, the game is like ping pong. It goes back and forth, right? If you make mistakes. Obviously your teammates can also play that game and fuck you over if you're not too aware. But yeah, what do we do out of base? We saw Lilia mid passing into topside. So no, I'm not fucking doing my campsy. Why? I'm still strong as fuck. Like, that death that didn't set me behind. I'm a level ahead. My karma is literally here. Very good play by her. I'm surprised the diamond player does this shit. She knows how to play support. I've been a support myself. I've reached like Grandmaster on China. I was one game of Challenger, lost to fucking G2 DOS. Fuck that guy. Yeah, really well played. This is what I mean. No matter if your teams play good or bad, evaluate your options and what the map is giving you. This is what the map is giving me. Fuck clearing your camps, bro. Fuck that shit. I can tell you, you are missing out on so many plays if you're below masters. It's crazy. Even master players. I always say the same shit. I always play master players. Even though I've been hardstack masters for 2 days now. So yeah, now we are doing this. What is the next play? Going to crab. Again, what will I do? Will I dive mid lane? If this guy is 1 HP, maybe. If the fresh moves, maybe not. Since the grab is up, Lilia is dead, just spawned out of base. They level fucking 3, has 4 deaths by now, 22 CS. Maybe I do grab and dive bot if they're low. Maybe I'm not gonna do Drake. Why? Never, unless Lilia, I know she's AFK, because then she can do this. So I want most likely my baseline play here with the info I have right now. Do grab if nothing happens that is conducive to a game-winning play and too risky. I will just base. Karma ends, fine. Let me think what I do here. I base. I have a bunch of gold. Only my crocs are up. And again, Lilia can do this, so I do that out of base and match her on the map. Again though, guys, what is the map giving me? You see Bo a lot doing this. Actually, a lot of junglers do this. Well, the map is giving me a free kill, right? Fresh doesn't have flash, kill him. Like, the game is very logical, okay? This is nothing crazy I'm doing here. I just recognize patterns. Did I int? Yes, I did int. Is the game lost? No. Should I have lost the game there? Well, if the enemies are challenging them, yes, that could have been game losing. But it's all about, you know, you making more good plays than the enemies, in the grand scheme of things. Here out of base we go straight top. Lilia was top side. Actually, no, she's going bot side now. I mean, she has no camps, right? So she can go anywhere. I actually know that her raptors are respawning. My mindset here is though, why don't I just full clip bot side if there's nothing top side and just play for Drake, right? Going to raptors here could be very game losing if she's bot side. Again, my mindset is play for bot side as a baseline play. Now I got the info, Lilia is here. She got pushed out of her jungle, like she's so mad, she's spamming, like she cannot play the game, guys. And this is kind of a consequence of my support and mid playing the game really good. They are playing this very good for the jungler in a way that they're pushing her even off her fucking blue buff here. Even if this doesn't happen, this game is basically over at this point, honestly. But yeah, you have to use that what's happening on the map. My team is making it very easy for me here to take this now even, because, well, look at this, right? Like, I'm not saying I hard carry this game, I'm just saying I carry it because my team allowed me to push my lead now even further, right? But even if she gets those camps, I don't give a shit, the game is over, right? I'm so fucking fat at this point. I have 5 kills, I won the bot side. And how do I use that lead now? Again, now I'm in this position. I know she couldn't have done this. She's very off tempo. This is not a play for her. She has no idea where I am. It's not like I'm on a ward. If I was, I would go here most likely. Since I'm not, I just recognize, okay, while she cannot do this and has no idea where I am, I can go for grubs. But if there's a better play, a time window for me to do something more impactful, I will do it. So I recognize my Warwick has R, use my lead now on the map to just boom this game, get another 400 gold, get platings for my Warwick, deny the enemy top an entire wave, he doesn't have TP, game is over. I impacted pretty much the jungle, bot and top lane so far, and even the mid lane, because, well, not even the mid lane cannot play the game, because, well, yeah, Echo is free to roam now. So what am I doing here? Do the grubs, finish that off. Just thinking about now instantly basing going here. Because I also have a bunch of gold. Let me check my gold actually. 1.1k, yeah, of my item. So let's see what I do here. Not sure if I'm gonna base. If the game state stays like this and Lilia, like, again, baseline play, base, go back. Most likely red to Drake or something like that. I cannot tell you for sure. Like, I'm not a fucking future teller. If there's something happening, I will cancel my base and go top if it makes sense for me to counter gank. Here, he's playing safe, so I'm just taking the base, going straight bot side, impact your win condition. Again, the game can still be lost, don't get me wrong. Even though we have more than 4k gold ahead, it can still be lost. And I will show you an example. So I'm going bot lane to solidify our lead and also kind of protect my camps in case she's there. Preemptively moving here. Utilizing the lead my bot lane got and instantly get to Drake. Why do I not get my camps first? Basically, pretty sure I would have seen the Lilia. Would have been very psychopathic by her to move here when I could have been here. So I assume she's anywhere here, maybe even top side if she wants to. I don't care that much. I want to stack Drakes here. And again, I went bot side to just solidify this lead, but my team actually killed them. If it was a close fight, I would have been here again to solidify the lead. Stack Drakes, why? If I do my camps first then Drake, she can actually go here maybe. So, more importantly, so getting the Drake here first with this free lead here, and probably we have Echo coming out of base. This guy's low, Lilia is dog shit, can't do shit, this guy doesn't have TP, very free to take. You want to stack Drakes, because if I do my camps first, the Drake will respawn later on in the game. Takes 5 minutes, so I want to get the Drake on cooldown here. To just, you know, boom the game, make it fast paced, right? Go, 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 go. Let's finish this game, right? Like not in a like urgent way, but you know, just being, you know, momentum. The biggest thing in life and in League of Legends is to just stay on momentum and keep that momentum building up. Not too much though. It's like with a girl, right? If you're like having sex with a girl, like that's how League is. You kind of have to warm it up a little bit. You cannot just straight up, you know, pull down her pants and, you know, fuck her on the spot, unless she's into that. So some games in League, that's really that's something you can do, but you know, it's just calculate. Just use your brain a little bit. So if you're a good-looking guy like me and you're 6'4", you can basically get the process going quicker, right? You can rush it more. On the first date you can bang, but the thing is, like in League, right now I'm that dude, right? I'm the Graves, I'm 6'1", as you can see, I'm just banging this fresh, right? So yeah, just know your situation here, and I think at this point we could end the review because as you can see, small accumulating leads from the early game combined with the right thought process, yeah, make something like this possible. Should the bot lane be here? No. Will 99% of the people experience a game like I have here if they are just know how to play the game? Let's just keep it simple. Yes. This is like most of my games. I previously had a game on Hackrim, 32-3. I stomped that game in 20 minutes. I had like 2 kills a minute in fucking Emerald Diamond Elo. That will be on my second channel. Check it out. It's in the description. Yeah, as you can see, we will talk about this now. I think I actually die here. Why? Well, it's more so of a limit testing thing, I believe. No, it's actually not here. It's later down the line. Let's just look at it though. Going topside, that's where my camps are. Bot lane is chilling. Fresh is... Yeah, so my bot lane died here. But this, like, I could never be here in time, right? So it's what it is. They should never die, but I do the same shit sometimes. Here we have a little fight. Again, pushing my lead. Getting an entire tower, getting the wave, getting her crux maybe even. And at this point the game is pretty much over. Let me just see if there's anything else worth mentioning. You can see I'm permanent waiting at this point. If you don't do this, even though you can, you're inting. You want to keep pushing your lead. Like again, if you're already in the girl's pants, you can just keep coming back for some, you know, booty cards. That's what I'm doing here. Those camps are my booty cards. The door is already been opened. Going bot side, I have camps up, but Lilia is bot side, so I'm matching her again. Lilia cannot play the game. I'm not giving her any. The Chinese players, if you look at the subtitles right of the streams, if there are some, they literally say in Chinese, do not let the enemies breathe. Why do they say that? Metaphorically, well, you're literally sucking out all of the life force in the game. You're not allowing them to play. You're always there. You're always impacting something. Again, second drakes. If I did a drake later, this wouldn't have spawned now. So this is an accumulation, and this here is the play. Now I'm in the chick's pants, but I'm actually getting fucking BDSM crazy shit like on fucking drugs and shit. Like I'm just a psychopath at this point. The police pulls up and just, you know, puts me in handcuffs at this point. Getting charged with rape and everything there is. So yeah, this is basically that. Giving 1k to the Pantheon. Just wanted to talk about this. Is this game losing? Most likely not. We are still almost like 9k gold ahead, right? But there's one very important thing. This in itself is not game losing. But I am dead, so there's no an option, especially in low elo, for my teammates to do, yeah, get another rape charge. Get a fucking Rico case here. And yeah, as you can see, this could have turned out really bad. What happens if my entire team dies? They get maybe Herald, they get a tower, I don't fucking know, right? Is it still lost? Most likely not in this game, but again, you have to recognize, if you die and it's good, you also have to think about, especially in low elo, your teammates will actually, I don't know, it's kind of a universal principle in low elo. Your teammates feel like, while you're dead, let's just be the hero and save what this guy just messed up, right? So my team could end here. Again, in itself, it wasn't the worst death. Actually, it was a pretty bad death, dying for Wolfcam and giving 1k shutdown. You get the point, but yeah. As you can see, I think my teammates know, yeah, I have no idea what happens here. I don't care. I think at that point the game is over, and let's not go too in depth, but that's just what I wanted to talk about, guys. Quick review, kind of focusing on that boom, utilizing those leads with your thought patterns, with your pattern recognition, actually. Yeah, quick one. Again, guys, thanks for checking this video out. Down below description, I will upload a lot of live commentaries on my second channel, some off-topic stuff, some league talks. I'm gonna release a coaching tier list who I think is good. If there's not, you know, if I'm not coaching because I might get locked up. So yeah, this is basically it, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I mean that's it. Discord down below if you want coaching. I'm cheap as fuck compared to these frauds. So yeah, I'm actually not that cheap. Like, it's a good hourly rate, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one.